Hello, hello. Happy Halloween. Hello, hello. How we doing tonight? All right, I'm gonna put this in the tripod. So I'm working on something really cool right now. I'm printing it off. It's gonna be awesome. Here's the first iteration. This is gonna be cool. But the shaft broke. Let's see what I'm gonna do with it after I get this one printed off. So you put 3 volts in this thing and it like starts going. Put it some more though. Zoom in on this. There we go. This is 31 volts. There's not a lot of speed here. Let's see. About 50 volts. We need 25 more volts for that light to turn on. Sometimes it gets sucked in the switch. I got two types of coils to play with. There's tri-filers that are up there right now, and then we got 20 gauge coils. They're about 2.5 pounds each. And they're the same, so I mean that'll be good. Get more comfortable in a second. Yeah, see, it's like a strong suction. That vibration. Probably gonna glue it down here. I just gotta get the right position. That looks good. Alright, I'm gonna get in a little bit safer guard. There, that ought to work. There it goes. There's the light. Oh, you might not be able to see the light. There, on the left. It's awesome. Hey, hey. All right, you want me to take this down? We'll go get a closer look. Yeah, whatever. It's a whatever you do it. All right, we are going to take you off the tripod. All right, so we got the commutator switch, which is taking the energy from both of these trifilar coils and filtering it into this MPN. And then it's doing its MPN thing. And we got the trigger coil for the MPN over there on the other side. It's an 8 magnet rotor, so it works pretty well. And with having each part of this be at 90 degrees. Yeah. Woo! All right. Now I'm gonna show you something. It's up and coming. It's gonna be a rotor. And we got a finished one right here, but it's just an iteration. It's gonna be a top too. Wow, isn't that a novel idea? So cool. We're either gonna put coils or we're gonna put magnets in there, and then we'll have another part that goes on top of it. And hopefully it'll be loose enough that it doesn't spin with it. You know what I'm saying? It can go either way. That's what we're looking for. It doesn't have to go separate ways, but it can go either way. That's exactly what we want. That means it's the least amount of friction. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh no, there's lots of power going into here. There's 32 volts going in. We are getting 75 built up in the cap bank though. And it's turning that LED in the back on. See that tall stack of lights? Yeah, that's a 100 watt equivalent of 1,000 watts. So it gets all the circuitry and it breaks it down to a 100 watt bulb instead of a 1,000 watt bulb. I think that's pretty cool. So basically, to turn it on at the almost bare minimum that it's on right now, you need 76 volts to do that. And then of course you get it like a dampening effect. You can't get higher than 78 or 79 volts ever. But that light gets pretty bright. It's weird because it's like a 1200 watt output. You can have 600 watts of AC going into each side of this thing, and then you can have they combined coming out the other side without damaging the circuitry, you know, without blowing it up. So I think that's pretty cool. That's a lot. Hello, hello. How we doing tonight? Happy Halloween. I believe it's called like All Hallows Eve as well. Yeah, totally cool. We're shaking the table here in Detroit. How many people are from you know the South? Well, I don't know what it is. Midwest. The Midwest, right? We're Midwestern. I mean, it seems like we're Eastern pretty much, but we are broken down into the Midwestern. So, yeah, Michigan is where I'm from. Lived in about 20 different places in Michigan. I know it like the back of my hand. I've lived from the top to the bottom. Um, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it's a nice place in some places. Yeah, it's a nice place some places, and then it's boring in other places. You know, it's flat in some places, but it's hilly in others. It's really kind of nice when you're driving through it and all. Yeah, I figured I'd put my face up there a little bit, a little bit more tonight, since I got to decided to get dressed up and everything. My kids went trick or treating. I think that's great. Oh, look at how bright that light is getting. Look at that. Oh, I got it online. It's not a chick hat, dude. Dude, no. No, we're about to check this shit right now. It's definitely a chick can wear it. I'm not doing a Panama tonight, man. I'm not breaking it out. So it's not a Dick Tracy hat. It's more like, what's his name? From the Blacklist. I got a choice of this fedora or I got a white one. Same style. And yeah, that's the name of the hat. It's called a fedora. Yeah, somebody said that I was Jewish for wearing the hat. I didn't understand what the comment meant, but then I kind of remembered seeing these religious people down in New York on this presentation, and I'm like, oh, that's what you mean. But yeah, no, this is definitely a more of a costume from the Gadsby era than it is a uh, you know representing anything. uh, you want to put that in American or English? Either one would do just fine. It depends on how well your grammar is. Oh, okay. Oh man. So is it bad or is it, bad? I don't know. Seems bad. I'll give you like, 1 second to like say it's not bad, or you can do the proper thing and just go. Don't make me do it. What does it mean? What does it say? Do I got a translator? I don't think I do. Hi. Yeah, no. Is that what that says? I get that. Last part. That's easy. What's up? From America. Well, actually, I don't represent America. I represent a small niche of Michigan. That represents America. But I do consider myself a Michigander. This is Pulse Motorama. We got the two tri-filer coils being fed from the power supply. And we got that jerry-rigged with a wire, kind of like this pulse motor switch over there. So we get both of the outputs equally. And then we got that one over here. We got this one over here. They're coming together at this switch right here. And when it hits, and we have the trigger coil timed correctly, it dumps off into this NPN, right? And the NPN is being timed by the trigger coil, and it dumps off back into the power supply and gets grounded. Yeah, the jerry rig, man. It's totally just a wire over here that's got like three things clipped to it. But the results are pretty good. I mean, we're getting enough output to light a 100-watt light bulb, which is probably not exactly 100 watts, probably more like 30. But still, the 15-watt black light that I have would easily be lit up. So I know it's more than that. It's hard to tell what it is in these days with all that stuff they shove down in the bottom to limit the current and everything. But I could plug it into the light switch or the light socket down there if we want to check it out. I think it's pretty bright right now. It's not the brightest, but it's like brighter than it normally is. That's cool, and that's the one on the top. Oh, the fly, man. The fly's been... You can't get him, man. I give up on him. We got this, though. We're going to get him. Oh, I can't wait to have this thing printed. It's going to be so cool because it's going to be properly balanced because it's a single print. So it's not like it's going to be all lopsided because you're putting two pieces together. So it's like you're not putting two pieces together, so it will be a nice, smooth spin when I spin it. And it's going to be made out of plastic, so the magnets aren't going to be attracted to the metal. Because there's going to be no metal. It's going to be awesome. Well, actually, they're little cylindrical ones that'll fit right in there, yeah. They're 5/8. And I can I can screw them in if I want to, with a tiny screw. Ah, sweet, man. That's cool. It's not, it's just that a lot of people, I'm not saying you, but I have to I'm glad you're sticking around, man. I'm glad you at least put that in the chat. I appreciate that. And I'm not looking to cause any bad vibes, man. I think it's great that you're here. I think it's awesome that we're looking at this right now. Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of preoccupied with doing this new thing. So this is like pretty much just a recap on what I've done already. But I think it's such a good build that I might actually like finalize it. Because this commutator switch is like really, really good. It's, see, we're doing 31 volts and we're getting like 100 milliamps on average. That's great. That is great efficiency. That's 3.1 uh 3.1 watts is costing to run this thing, and that's running 2 coils. That's phenomenal, man. That is like unbelievable. I didn't even do the math until now, and that's pretty awesome. Considering what these coils are made out of, I think it's awesome. It's a proof of like current limiting, because the end of both of these coils is a 32 gauge strand. So it's limited to 32 gauge, but when it's wrapped, it's a total of 900 turns. If you were to wrap 32 gauge and fill it in the exact same amount, you'd have a coil like 12,000 turns or more. You know, you'd have a really fat, heavy coil. And this way you get, is basically not just current limiting, but it also limits the length of your coil, which is awesome. I think it's cool. Uh, you know, you got your 15,000 2.5 pound 20 gauge coil right here, and I can replace it at any time, you know, just right away. Got me on the spot. You want to see what it looks like? What's up, Mike? How's it going? I think these coils are the best though, especially for the current limiting down to the 32 gauge. So literally we're at like 31, and I'm pretty sure we can go up, but I just can't go up. I did buy a buck converter today that can do 60 volts. So it'll be a 60 volts raw DC coming from a power supply. I'm wow, dude. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we can get it that high. But we'll try 40 first. Yeah, man. We'll try 40 and see if the current goes up. We can limit the current probably better with this new mechanism than we can with this bench power supply. So it'll probably notch up instead of being like a total twist knob. It'll notch up, I'm pretty sure. So it's chilly around here, man. It's really cold, but I think it's the wind coming off this thing. I really do. I feel a breeze, but it's like cold when it comes around here. And I know that it wants to suck that switch into it. But I think that's just because the screw is like that magnetic. Oh, um, I don't remember. You want to see? I'll switch it up. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Yeah, these shoes are nice. All right, so we'll switch it up. Yeah, those RPMs didn't look too fabulous, did they? Look a little shabby, little shoddy on the RPMs there. All right, now I need to move over the light because this is the coil setup that I siphon the electricity off to the light. All right, and then this one. Now, I might have to get something sturdier than this. Well, actually, wait, no, that's a little too low. All right, we're gonna search for something real quick. All right, and this is hooked in currently. Let me think where it might be hooked in at. Oh, I hope that's gonna be done soon. My print. All right, here we go. Now the coil in the back there and the coil in the front here might be competing. So I'm gonna unhook that one. Oh, this is gonna not probably be really bad right now. We'll see. Oh yeah, we're lit already. Wow, that's cool. Alright, I'm gonna have to put this back up on the tripod because that isn't gonna stay put, and I'm gonna glue it down. Oh, it'll be alright. Oh, it's done. Oh, oh man. No, no, the thing is, you can't break the stem. You can't break the stem. I like the power we're getting from this coil though. It's a lot more power we're getting from to the light. Wow, I'm digging it. Let's see how much voltage is actually in here. 77.7. Nice. Bingo. Sometimes you just gotta bump into it. Let's see if it runs away real fast. I had it like going like really, really fast the other day, and it kept on getting faster, and the amps got up to like 1.1, and it was still cold, and it was like green, really green arc. It was very cool. I think I glued it a little too far away. I think it's a little too far. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. God, this is really awful. I need my prior. Yeah, I need my prior. Time to get comfortable. Oh man, this is gonna be so cool. I don't know, man. It's pretty good. It just needs a little. Oh yeah, that one's not hooked up. Maybe that's what the problem is. Haha, yeah. But we're upwards of 300 milliamps now. 250. Alright. Now I think I'm going to use glue. But yeah, the little magnets, they fit right in there. And then I'm going to make a rotor. It's going to fit right on this pole. There'll be axial flux. Yeah, I'm going to need to glue them in there for sure. Maybe tape them down afterwards. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that would be sweet. When you get the magnets in there, it'll be nice. I don't know if it'll still spin, maybe. It's got a wobble. Oh, that was a nice one. All right, yeah, and I think this is all good stuff. This is green, so I think it's good. Now I got a 4 magnet dose here. I'm gonna bring that out. Now I got another coil that we can swap in. Let's do that. Now, let me unhook the M.P.H and hook up straight, hook the switch straight to the power supply. It's cool how I got it so I can just switch a couple clips. Alright, that's 3 volts. I kind of want to put the 4 mag rotor in, but I'm going to leave this one on for now. Okay, that's 3 volts. It's functioning very well at 3 volts. I'm going to get the camera. Alright. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to get this done. It hasn't been very long, but it's like the 3rd iteration. It's going to be sweet, I think. As long as those magnets stay in there. So this is 3 volts in. Working on just the switch alone. Now we can work to where we're just using the trigger strand and then both at the same time. But this is just a switch by itself. Let's put a little bit more juice in. Yeah, we get a lot of juice, like coil. We get a lot of coil electricity for the light. At least we were. I think it's the switch is in the wrong spot for that, but we'll see. Give it a little bit more. See, we can't get it into sync. It's just popping randomly. That's 31 volts though. Hell yeah. Maybe it's a good position for 31 volts. Hey Josh, good to have you. All right. Heck yeah, look at that. Look at that green light. Green light, baby. Ooh, I smell something. It's a switch for sure. All right, I'm dropping down the amperage. It was up to 700 milliamps. So I dropped down the voltage and the amperage is now at like 350, 400. Woo! And then with the trifilar coil, you got 3 different stages of resistance. So you got 32, you got 20, and you got 18, which is it's cool to be able to like just clip it somewhere else and get a different result completely. It's a little dim. It's so cool though. But when I hook up, like say 2 coils to the end of this thing, uh, it like shares the energy. Oh, you saw that get bright. Wow. And that's not what we want. We don't want to share the energy. Maybe we put diodes on it. I'm not exactly sure what I'll do at this particular point, but I think I want to hook both coils up to this thing and get more electricity. But I don't know if we'll get more. I think I might choose a coil at that point. We'll see, because they're both hooked up to the switch, but that's on the end of the coil, not the beginning. All right, so We want to look at the trigger strand now, yes? Yeah, the coils are not hot. I don't think the transistor's hot either, but I'm not going to touch it. All right. So what we're going to do... Oh. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. We are going to hook a capacitor across the switch. You feel me? We're going to put this 63 volt capacitor across the switch. And that'll link the switch in a manner of speaking. And that's what we want to do. We want to permalink it so that we can get the trigger coil to function properly. Or we could just go straight back to doing them both at the same time. No, I understand what's going on here, bruh. Yeah. I appreciate your input. But this is not free energy. It has a cost. There's always a cost. I just, it's the wrong word you were using to describe this energy. You're saying it's free. And solar isn't free. There's just, it's abundant, is what it is. That's what I would call it. Abundant energy. Green energy. Abundant energy. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's the capitalist in me says that free is not a thing. Or it is actually, I don't know what it is in me. Maybe it's the physicist in me. Could it be that? I'm not a physicist, but I mean, I don't believe in free energy. I mean, yeah, I believe in anti-entropy. I believe in that. I believe in reversing entropy. I believe that's a thing, and I believe it will be very useful in the future. Um, all right. So this is the negative of the cap, and it's going to go to the ground wire. Nice. All right, now we're going to hook the positive of the cap to where the energy is going in to the switch, which is the top one. Boom. Now that should allow us, after I switch it back down here, gotta switch this back. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put this back in the tripod for a minute. Oh man, did I thread it good? Yeah, it's good. Okay. Happy Halloween, everyone. All right. Now, short of removing the switch, we're going to leave the switch there. You see that? That coil is now directly transistor. You can see it's already like 500 milliamps, so it's not super efficient with the big coils. But as you can see, there's no arc on the switch, and that's because it's being bypassed through the capacitor. You see, we're still at 13 volts. Way different than with just the switch. Look at that. Oh my God, that light is so bright. See, I think that cap is getting filled up. Something. Man, hey, pigs. Come here, baby. Can't be getting near that stuff, okay? Come here. All right, I got an idea. I'm going to put the 4-magnet rotor in. Hey, Tiggs. Yeah, that light can get hot. You need to stay off of that, okay? 12 volts. Oh, geez. Baby. Come on, Jigs. Right, that's coming off. It's getting hot. I'm bringing the guys over. So this is the cap. The cap really functions kind of weird, I guess. Yeah, man, I can barely read, so I don't know. I mean, I don't read is what I mean. I can read, it's just I don't ever do it. It hurts. Hurts my head. That's 31 volts in. About 400 milliamps currently. There we go. Here we go. Woo! Yeah, she's really going. Wow. That's amazing. That's going really fast. So the cap for the win, I guess. I don't think it would be moving like this without the cap. And I'm talking about that little black cap right there. 63 volts, 4700 microfarad. Well, it's been a hell of a day, man. Awesome day. Not a hell of a day in a bad way, but it's been an awesome, awesome day. And thank you all for coming in, swinging by. Appreciate it. All right, have a good night. Bye now.